Now the next step, it's still fine even if you've got zero. I repeat, you got zero, take a chill pill, totally fine. But know that you've learned something. You've got the experience, man. Come on. Mistakes are totally fine as long as you don't repeat them. Now you're experienced, you know the possibility of where you may go wrong. How how much more conscious you have to be. Correct? To use this experience and solve the next one. Okay, this guy was trying to fool us. Shorts to skirt is definitely not the answer. The answer has to be discrepancy. If that level of maturity comes in exam, 100%, 10%, you're gonna get full marks in the match reading. It's all about that. Okay, Jasdeep says he actually had that smile. Yes, that smile should tell you this is a trap. He has kept a stone, but covered with golden paper. Correct? So test it, scratch it, test it. Hey everybody, welcome you all back to the reading live mock test today. So today's agenda is we're going to talk about match heading. This is one of the most difficult ones that come in the exam because the paragraph will be so lengthy, something like this, or could be more lengthier than this, and there will be some options which are really confusing. Okay, before we go ahead, I'm going to explain you what match heading is. Just a second. So something like this, there will be some headings on your right hand side. On the left hand side, they're given you some paragraph. Very simple. So you have to match the heading. Let's say the Russian troops that retreated. You felt, okay, I think this could be the heading for C. Then you will write C. Getting it? It's as simple as that. But where people go wrong is here. So here there are 9 options. They've given 9 headings. But here, how many paragraphs are there? Can anyone quickly tell me? Just this. A, B, C, D, E. How many paragraphs? Just 5 paragraphs. So can anyone tell me how many false options are here? How many false options are here? Anybody, quickly. There are 5 paragraphs, 9 options. 4 are the traps. 4 are the stones painted gold. Your job is not to pick them. That's what the puzzle is all about. That's what the logic or the module is all about. This a lot of people don't understand. Your job is only to escape the traps. There are 9 gold stones, out of which only 5 are actual gold, the rest are just the stones. Your job is not to pick them up. So I'm going to come back and give an explanation on how to do this, but for now, try doing it. Even if you're completely new to IELTS, try doing it. I'm going to give you 5 minutes for this. All right, so let's start with this. Turn off your video. Your video is definitely not required. Okay, I have the timer here. I'm going to give 5 minutes. So the rightmost are the options, the leftmost is the paragraph. The time begins now. Thank you. Anyone needs more time? No, yes, not given. Yes. All right. We're gonna give one more minute. Akanksha, Akanksha, right? Yeah, the match heading test is going on, so kindly do it. One more minute we're gonna give. And guys, kindly join at the right time. Thank you. All right. So we will start with this. Okay, what is the correct way to do it? There is no correct way as such. The only problem is, the only point is, sorry, you have to understand which one of these are the traps. There are four traps, like I told you. There are five paragraphs, nine options. Four are the traps. Your job is to identify them. When you identify them, you'll get the correct answers easily. And don't go by just one word. I see one word here, Cold War. If Cold War is there, that is the answer. No. See, it's very simple. You read the paragraph thinking it's a book. I repeat, you read the paragraph thinking it's a complete novel of 200 pages. When you read the complete novel, or let's say you wrote the complete novel of 200 pages, now you want to name it, correct? So you know what name you would keep because you are the writer. Here, imagine you have written this and you are the author. You have to name it. This is a book of 200 pages, let's say. You should name it. That is what match heading is. Whenever you give a name, that should reflect the summary of the paragraph, not just one word, not just one line. Hope you're getting it. Hope you're getting it. Can anyone tell me what is the answer for the A? Excellent, Budika. Ramesh, perfect. If they are correct, Nikesh, correct. Amandeep, perfect. Is it Amandeep who is in London or Amandeep in Delhi? Sagar, correct. Kenzie, perfect. Mohit, perfect. Ashok, correct. All correct. Great. Sujitra, correct. Okay, I would say simple one, but I want the answer for a particular one, which I'll ask you later. The two layers to every two layers, the two sides, which are those? The graceful athleticism. They show the sportsmanship above the water, but beneath the water, you don't know. They're gonna hate, they're gonna kill, they're gonna do whatever they want. The same happened in 1956 Olympics. On the surface, they were billed as friendly games, but simmering below, boiling below the deep Cold War hostilities. So they're talking about two sides to the water polo sport. The two sides, not ready for vengeance. Nowhere they've talked about vengeance at Praful. Two sides to polo is the A. Any doubts? If you think any other would fit ready for vengeance, let's say because simmering below deep Cold War hostilities, you thought vengeance, right? A. It's okay. No single event at Melbourne Summer Games carried higher political stakes, higher bettings, higher demand than semi-final match it seems between Hungary and Russia. Just weeks before the match, the tanks and troops brutally crashed the Hungarian Revolution. The hated rivals were meeting. So in Hungary, some event happened. What they did, the Soviet tanks and troops, not sorry, just weeks before the match, some event happened wherein Soviet tanks crushed the Hungarians. Now hated rivals were meeting face to face in the match. Those barely contained erupted violently to the surface and legendary showdown would forever be known as the blood in the water match. Entire thing is talking about how intense the semi-final match in the Melbourne Olympics between Hungary and Russia would be? What is the correct answer? The event that saw the death of Hungarians, much awaited match, violent match. Okay, so many different answers. So how do we narrow down? Correct? Okay. I'm gonna take Kenzie's answer, the violent match. Kenzie says 9. So I'm gonna go with B. And one more person is saying a much awaited match. B. Event that saw the death of Hungarians. Is there any other answers? Any other answers you guys want to give? Modern Olympics are no Proful. Where is modern Olympics being talked about here? Okay. Shravani says 4. Ready for vengeance. Mm, not written. Russians went and killed some people in the Hungary. Now the hated rivals, Hungarians, were meeting face to face. Those barely contained vengeance is not written here. Okay, we will continue. The Melbourne Games were held in late November and December to coincide with Australian summer. Hungarian students staged a protest. They toppled statues of Stalin. They just massacred it and surrounded the state radio station, demanding to read a statement on air. Hungarian police opened fire in response, handed their weapons to the protesters. Isolated street protest escalated to become revolution with supporters nationwide. Soviet troops retreated. What is the meaning of retreated? What is the meaning of retreated? Guys, quickly. We have 3 more questions. Run away. They go back. These guys were, like they have the bombs, they have the guns, each and everything. They're doing a lot of things in Hungary, the Hungarian students. So the Russian troops, which were settled there, they retreated. They went back. Okay, we have the context. Is the entire context talking about Hungary? I mean, Russians went back? Yes or no? Is the entire context talking about Russians went back? Is the entire context talking about Russians went back? No, only one line is talking about Russians went back. Why did Russians went back? There was a lot of protest. Protest from whom? So what is the answer? The summary of it is what we need. Vengeance is revenge. When someone does something, you do something back. This is just a starting phase. Students protest, escalate into revolution. Revolution. Students protest, escalate into revolution, which got the support nationwide. This has to be the answer. But people have written. Okay, what is your answers, by the way? I missed the chat. For the C, what all answers you have written? Very good. C is excellent, Ashok. Excellent, Amandeep. Mohit, perfect. C is one only. B, B we will come back. B we will come back. C no doubts, right? Abhishek, perfect. If they are correct, need to correct. C no doubts. Great. The swift success of the Hungarian Revolution. Get the context. In Hungary, there was a nationwide protest because of which the Russians went back. The athletes boarded the planes believing this would be their first to represent a free Hungary to the post-war world. However means contrasting thing. Whatever the summary of the paragraph starts from here, the name of the paragraph would be basically hidden here, not in the previous line. However, they were all happy thinking, hey, Russians went back, cowards. But what happened? Russians came back and fought against the uprising in Hungary. Soviet means Russian, stormed Budapest with overwhelming firepower, hundreds of tanks, troops, air support, conservative estimates, 20,000 casualties. So what is happening here? That is the heading. What is happening here is that what is the event that saw the death of Hungarians. How about retaliation? What does retaliation mean? These things are important. An action of returning a military attack, counter attack. That's exactly what is happening. No. So what is a trap now? Is getting it. Few words are apt words. The event that saw the death of Hungarians. Retaliation. What is happening is retaliation. They retaliate. They retreated, and now they're coming back. Once they came back, what happened? Whatever AK-47, a lot of people died. So this is the result of it. But the core of it is retaliation. Agree, disagree. You know where you went wrong? Here. Retaliation, some would not know the meaning of it, so they went with the event that saw the death of Hungarians. Retaliation is the correct answer. They're retaliating. They came back. They had left Hungary, but now they came back strongly with all the military tanks, blah, 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 and killed 20,000 people. So this gonna be retaliation. Any doubts? Okay, how many of you wrote retaliation? Ramesh wrote it, Mohit wrote it. Only two guys? Still fine. Still fine. Okay. The Hungarian Olympic team had left in triumph, arrived in Melbourne. The shock soon turned to rage. They heard the story 20,000 people in the native have lost their lives, which they channeled into their athletic performances. As fate would have it, the Hungarians water polo team, the overwhelming favorite to take the gold medal, was slated to play the Soviet semi-final match. For the Hungarian athletes, this is what is important, and it's also in the quotes. The stakes of the game were clear. This is where they could face the Soviets. No tanks, no planes. Why you want a tank? Why you want a plane? To attack, to kill, to retaliate. No tanks, no planes. They're going to settle this in the water. Settle what? Settle what? Excellent, Mohit. What is the answer now? Excellent, Nikesh. Settle what? The revenge. Russians came and killed a lot of people. Now they're ready for the revenge. No, Kenzie, not much awaited match. Much awaited match would be this. It's an introduction. Here it is a conclusion. This is gonna be revenge. They're ready to take the revenge, but not with the planes, not with the AK-47, not with the guns, but with winning the semi-final match. No, it's a vengeance. Ready for the vengeance. Vengeance is a revenge. Get the context. Get the context. That's what I've identified here. No tanks, no planes. They're going to settle this in the water. They're ready for the vengeance. Not through the planes or the tanks, not through the violence, but through the match. So this gonna be E. I'm pretty much sure this is gonna be E. I'm pretty much sure this is gonna be D. C gonna be 100% 1. Okay, so ready for vengeance. A we had written, we removed it. So now two sides of polo should be A. What is B? B we have a violent match, event that saw the death of Hungarians, a much awaited match. Now read. See any article you write, correct? You introduce something and then go to the core functionality. What you're introducing in Melbourne on this particular day, there is a match that's going to happen. Higher political states than any other match. Everyone is waiting for the match. It's a cold war. And then he gives the rest of the story, the background story. It's a very much awaited match. It's a blood in the water match. They're writing all this nonsense before the game even started. They're building the curiosity. It's a much awaited match. No single event carried higher political stakes. The entire thing is talking about it gonna be a very awesome match because the Hungarians killed Russians. Russians came back and killed Hungarians. They, there is a, like fissure going on between them. So this is gonna be a very important match, carried higher political stakes. So violent match is not a correct answer. Much awaited match gives a better meaning. So Melbourne Olympics is a first trap. Violent match is the second trap. Death of the Hungarians is the third trap. Russian troops that retreated is the fourth trap. If you have avoided these four traps, 100% you have got 5 out of 5. Last sentence, says, read it again. Yes, this is an introduction. In the beginning only they're trying to say the hated just weeks before the match, Soviet tanks brutally crushed. And now the Russians, sorry, the Hungarians are ready for the match. Before the game was over, those barely contained Cold War animosities erupted violently to the surface. Yes, this is already telling what happened in the match, but it's still the entire context is in introduction wherein it talks about the much it's a much awaited match because of these reasons. You cannot say violent match just because the blood in the water is there. You should give preference to this higher political states than the semi-final water match between Hungary and Russia. Anybody got 5 out of 5 here? Ramesh got it. Anyone else? Four at least. The second one is tricky. Four you would have easily gotten it is what I believe. So now the next step. It's still fine even if you've got zero. I repeat, you got zero, take a chill pill. Totally fine. But know that you've learned something. You've got the experience, man. Come on. Mistakes are totally fine as long as you don't repeat them. Now you're experienced, you know the possibility of where you may go wrong. How how much more conscious you have to be. Correct? Use this experience and solve the next one. That's all I ask for. Just because one word is there, I select and move on. Impatience. No. Whatever the answer you've got, try to match with all the options. Try to recheck multiple times. It needs time. It needs consciousness. It needs patience. Just because one word is that this is the answer, I'll just wash my hand and go. No, that will not work. Okay. So use the same technique and try to solve the next one. This is nice, but again, this has a lot of, you know, confusion arising, but get the context. I think you should be able to do it. Just hold on for a second. I'll just arrange this. Yes. Okay. The 10 options, there are six paragraph. Four are the traps. Just hold on for a second. You can start. I'm going to give 6 minutes again. All right, so we will talk about the answers. Hope the time was sufficient. Okay, what is the answer for the first one? Excellent, Budhika. Excellent, Ramesh. Amandeep, don't fall for the traps. Mohit, nope. Praful, no. If they are perfect. Shravani, perfect. Femi, nope. Smitesh, nope. Soruban, nope. Bad times for women now. Okay, could be. Are they really talking about bad times? Guys, not getting the same price is not a bad time for women. Bad times are the miserable times wherein women is not recognized, blah 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 blah. Suchitra perfect, Sayed perfect. Okay. If you think bad times for women, I'm gonna go with A, and I'm gonna go with people told one, and many told nine. All right. So why is this difference? Why some are able to get the correct one, some are not? For me, correct, Avida, correct? I'll explain, Ashok. So if you're getting confusion between 9 and 7, that means you are in the right track. Trust me on this. That's how the approach goes. Let's read it. Can anyone tell me the difference that existed for long? What is the keyword? Which, I mean, what is the keyword because of which you chose 9 in A? I want the approach now. Which is that particular word or words which made you think the answer has to be difference? Excellent. Start is there. Any other word? The difference. The difference that existed. The difference. The gap. Excellent. I have a solid proof to say why it is the difference that existed for long. See, the first half of the paragraph says one thing. The word is but. The actual thing starts in the second half only. First half is introduction. You cannot name the paragraph with just the prize money. Of course, the entire thing is talking about prize money. But I mean, under the prize money, the precise word is the difference in the prize money, not just the prize money. The paragraph name cannot be just prize money. The difference that exists, this was not always the case. In 1960, it started. The gap between the two genders in terms of the prize was blatant from the start. The 1970 winner earning $3,500, while Billie Jean King, she is a female. The entire article is about her and only 600. The difference in the price is what they're talking about. It is not a bad time for sure. Okay. If you still think bad time can be given, we will continue. King. Who is the king here? King is not the king. That king. King is the Billie Jean King, a tennis player, the female. 12 single crowns was not about to sit silent, taking home more than 5 times less than. She was not able to take it. 5 times she took the less amount than her male counterpart. So she raised the flag loudly, famously saying, everyone thinks women should be thrilled when we get crumbs. Crumbs is a part of a bread or something, the left out food, a little food. Everyone should be thrilled when women get crumbs. But I want women to have a celebration. I want women to have the cake, the icing, the cherry. She is shouting out loud. What is the correct answer there? Excellent. If they Femi correct, Nikesh correct, Jitu, Nitu, sorry. A lot of names there. Very sorry. Everyone is correct so far. Sarban perfect, Kronal correct, Sagar, Kenzie. Really happy, fair, loud voice. Raise the voice. This is what she told. Just because we get small thing, we're not satisfied. I want every woman to have a big thing. So this gonna be B. Prize money is the wrong answer, by the way. All right. When King was 12, she played okay until she was asked to step out of the frame. She was wearing short instead of the skirt. So what is the answer now? No, Kunal fell for the trap. Guys, this is exactly what I'm teaching. Don't fall for the traps. That is the method. Shorts to skirt. I saw two words, I'll go no. Excellent, Profile. Excellent, Nitu. Sayed perfect. Ashok correct. Kenzie correct. Discrepancy is gender disparity, inequality. as she got gender disparity in the sport she loved. So discrepancy at the younger age. See, the moment you look at this, you should have a smile at your face. You should know that you outsmart. I mean, not outsmart. Yeah, I mean you just outsmarted me. You should know that okay, this guy was trying to fool us. Shorts to skirt is definitely not the answer. The answer has to be discrepancy. If that level of maturity comes in exam, 100%, 10%, you're gonna get full marks in the match reading. It's all about that. Okay, Jasdeep says he actually had that smile. Yes, that smile should tell you this is a trap. He has kept a stone, but covered with golden paper. Correct. So test it, scratch it, test it. Changes for a foot. What does a foot mean? See, you may not know the meaning of a particular word, but from the context, from the sentence, you can guess. Changes were on their way. You learned a new word today. That's exactly what happens when you take up a novel and read. Changes were afoot. In the open era started, as the open era started, but even when King won her first Wimbledon, she got some amount as opposed to the men's winner Rod Laver who got a better amount. She said, I didn't have any idea we're going to get different prize money. I thought it was totally unfair. The first time she understood there's a difference in the prize money. So her reaction is, I didn't know that we were going to get different amount. This is the context. This is the exact context. You should name it. Excellent, Kenzie. Shravani just went off. Wait. Shravani, perfect. Vita, correct. Sarban, nope. Femi, perfect. If they are correct. Kenzie, correct. Pritika, correct. Excellent, guys. So you guys are getting it. I'm really confident. But next question gonna be really confusing as well. Let's see. Amandeep, perfect. Kunal Nikesh, correct. The incident that surprised King. She was like, it's totally unfair. I didn't know. She's surprised. The gap was disheartening. The waning opportunities were going to decline for women. Less places to compete. Women getting 8 times less pay than men. Writing on the wall. If you look at old quotes in the old days around in the 60s and 70s, men were telling us we should quit and go take care of our husbands. Oh man, miserable times for women. This is where those bad times for women come into picture. Because getting it? No, not to take care of husband. No, Shravan, you fell for the trap. Guys, if you see the word to take care of husband, you should have a laugh at it and ignore. The paragraph, the gap was so disheartening. Oh man, so bad times for women. It's talking about the miserable times that they went through. Still fine, Ashok. Getting it, take care of husband is a trap, 100% trap with extra golden color. All right. So the shorts to skirt is also the trap with extra golden color painted. All right. So those bad times for women, you're gonna replace from A to E. Okay. Can anyone answer me for the last one? Excellent. Mohit, for me, perfect. Abhishek, correct. Someone went wrong. Need to correct. Sagar, correct. Someone wrote 3. That's wrong. Prize money, wrong. 10 is the correct answer. Kenzie, perfect. Profile, correct. Guys, if you are getting full marks in this, I'm telling you the exams, it will be much more easier. It's the same level of maturity you need. It's the same approach. Academics are general. It's the match heading at the end of the day. The content may change. If you're getting here full, then you're on the right path. Wimbledon 1973 is 100% trap. Though the event happened in Wimbledon 1973, that's you cannot name it as that. The entire thing is talking about what happened in 1973 Wimbledon. What happened? The voice that was heard. Miss King threatened to boycott. It worked. Thanks to the grant, both men and single winners would take home the same amount. A nice information. So the voice that was heard finally. This is the correct answer. Because see, Wimbledon 1973 goes good, but this fits in perfectly. Any doubts? Still a good one, Amandeep. Any doubts? So the traps are these are the golden color one, color paper. Golden paper I've just pasted using Feviquick. Some have picked it up conclusively. Any doubts, do let me know. How many of you got 6 out of 6? Abhishek, happy. Jasjit, happy. Still finds out one if they are happy. Rami is all happy, full. Good one, Ramesh. Nitu, happy. Okay, how many got 5 here? Suchitra, 5. Still a good one. Sagar, 4. Syed, 5. Not bad. Which one went wrong? Suchitra and Syed, Mohit, Kenzie? 74 is still fun. Amandeep, which one went wrong? Is it the last one? Femi, 4 or fourth one went wrong? First one. Okay, first one. Okay, and also one more thing I would like to tell you. For some, it is logical reasoning skill. Okay, this is just my observation. People who are good at mathematics would have a better logical reasoning skill. That doesn't mean that if you're not good at math, you cannot become one. Try solving some Sudoku. There's a game called Duel and Bake. I personally prefer this game for anybody. Even your kids can play this. This increases your working memory. You can read about working memory. What is working memory? Um, this is a short term, I mean, this is a memory under execution. Right now, I'm talking because my working memory allows me to hold some information and do it. So, this is responsible for logical reasoning skill as well. Dual and Back is a mobile app you can download and start playing. It's one of the most difficult games. So, that can actually help you make a better decision. It's a big theory. I made some videos you can do. I mean, like watch about it later. But whenever you get time, play this Dual and Back. Your logical reasoning skills will definitely improve. All right. So E was a simple one. People have gone wrong. See, for some, it is reading skill. For some, they're good at English, but they're not able to get a better visualization. They're reading this. If I read this right, I get a visualization wherein I feel so bad for someone. The gap was disheartening. Someone is crying looking at this scenario. Someone is writing, go take care of your husbands. It's a very miserable situation. So that visualization you should get. So when you read, you should get a picture. That picture should reflect the exact story. When you're getting it, you would definitely go with the right answer. Okay, again, using your experience, whatever we learned today, even if you've got 201, I don't mind. Try fixing it in the next question. The last question for today, we still have 15 minutes to go. This is a little tricky. Okay, try solving it. All right, here we go. We're going to begin in just a while. I'm going to give 6 minutes. Thank you. Anyone needs more time? I'll tell you one thing. If you've got the A and E correctly, that means you are ready for the exam. I'm gonna give one more minute, but I'm again telling you, if you've got A and E correctly, you're ready for the exam. All right, it's getting late, so what do? We will start with explanation. No, Praful, E is wrong. Okay, what is the answer for the first one? Excellent, Femi. Nikesh, perfect. Mohit, nope. Mohit, correct. Abhishek, correct. Anshal, no. Neetu, correct. Sarban, nope. Sagar, perfect. I may have missed some names. Amandi, perfect. Sayed, correct. Smitesh, correct. Kenzie, correct. If they are correct, Nikesh, great. If I get this kind of response, it actually feels good. Shravanti, nope. Okay, the campaign to protect 30% of the world's ocean by 2030. It tempts you, entices you to go with one. But that's not the summary of the paragraph. The campaign to protect this, supported by more than, is mostly known for what? Soaring ambition. Hey, we will do it. We have the urge. We will definitely do it. Ambition is going high. Scant achievement. Done nothing. Because getting it, the context is this was the campaign 30 by 2030, but nothing happened. Nothing happened is a summary, not this is the summary. So this gonna be 5. Getting it, soaring ambition, scant achievement. Be all talk, but no action. All talk, just a talking, no action. Getting it? So this is gonna be A. Any doubts? Do let me know. It's very optimistic to think we'll reach 6. Again, people see this and go with this. The context entire is talking about what? What is the answer for the B? 3. 7. Ramesh, perfect. Buddhika, correct. If the spring may do some wonders. What can spring do? In the spring, what happens? All color, flowers. Spring may do some wonders. Femi, nope. Okay. So guys, get the context. A Peruvian, a person who is from Peru, the country Peru. Peruvian fisheries scientist, Patricia, who has worked to create a deep sea protected area of the Peru in the face of strong resistance from the fishing industry. Fishing industry says, hey, we need to fish, we need to survive. But this person faced a strong resistance and she told, no, no, we have to protect the fish. We need the protection area. Peru has protected less than 0.5%. The proposed Nazca Ridge Marine Protected Area that stretches out into the Pacific is expected to be finalized this spring. That doesn't mean that spring will do wonders. Spring may do some wonders. Makes sense to some extent, but give a precise word. No, precise word is the Nazca Ridge Protected Area. B, I would definitely go with B. When you don't have B, Then you can go with 8 in the worst case. But you have the direct mapping, the Nazca Ridge area. This is what is going to do some wonders in the spring. So bring that name. No, don't get confused. The word is right over there, the Nazca Ridge Marine Protected Area. This is the correct answer. All right. The next one. What is the answer? There is a keyword. There are some keywords. I want people to highlight that. Excellent. For me, Buddhika, perfect. Nikesh. Two. Two is done. Smitesh. Nope. Amandeep, I missed it. Sorry. Nope. If they are nope. Kunal, perfect. Nikesh, perfect. Anchal. Factor for global warming. Global warming. Global warming. Where is global warming talked here? Nowhere. All right. Chasm is the keyword. Chasm between what? Chasm is a rift or some fight, some debate between. Chasm between what? Between whom? Between two people, it seems. Conservationists, fishing interests. Sorry. And the chasm between conservationists and fishing interests has gone. People who does fishing and the people who want to protect the fishes. There is a rift between the two. Setting aside nearly a third of the ocean, the fishers say is an idea developing nations can ill afford, cannot afford. You cannot protect the area and all. Where would people go? The fishing. That argument against large marine areas is heard around the world, and there's a chasm, the fissure between fishers and conservationists. The paragraph is not summarizing about fishing stocks decline. Fishing stock decline is just a word there. The entire paragraph is talking about the debate, the rift, the fight between one who wants to protect, one who wants to kill. Getting it? One who wants to fish, one who says don't fish. So this gonna be C. Any doubts? Great, Abhishek. Correct. Sagar correct. Anshul correct. All right. This is a very straightforward one. What is the answer? Femi correct. Femi is too quick in typing. Mandip correct. Rami is correct. Protecting ocean is the only way out. Protecting 30% not only could restore, it could increase, it would provide this. The only way to get is to protect, protect, protect. Protecting ocean. You cannot miss this out. D. E is what I wanted. Think and answer. I'm gonna give 30 more seconds. We have already, like we are already halfway through. Excellent, Abhishek. Neetu perfect. Mohit perfect. Kenzie perfect. Femi perfect. Sagar perfect. Budika perfect. I'm really happy that I took the class today. Abhishek perfect. 6. Okay. Avita nope. Okay, if you say carbon release, why not habitat destruction? Why not overfishing? So it is not carbon release. For some, they have searched enough, but then they're like, apart from this word, no other word is fitting. But there is a keyword. Can anyone tell me what is the keyword? Shravani, no? If they know, which is the keyword there? Which tells you the answer is 7. Which is that keyword which tells you the answer is 7? Excellent. For me, perfect. Sayed, perfect. Nope. Jasjeet, Budika. No, Abhishek. This is the word. You start looking for a location where the protection is required. Getting it? The team, which included some people, then map the locations globally where protection should provide. Protection is required for this location. Then it is targeting the protection. You target the protection. Which all areas the protection? This area, this area, this area. You're targeting the protection for the areas. So location, targeting, protection. This is what I wanted. If you're getting it, that means you're going through each and every minute detail consciously. Okay. Kenzie, perfect. Map location. F. Now you're left with very few decline in fishing stocks. Okay. F is really nice. All are wrong so far. Anshal is the only person correct. Abhishek correct. Femi wrong. Rest all wrong who gave 10. Okay, what is the factor for global warming? Please answer me, no? What is, as per the paragraph, What is the factor directly related to global warming? Tell me that word. CO2 goes high. So it's CO2, carbon release. No, the topic is about carbon release. The context, the summary is because of the carbon release, a lot of other things are happening. You can't name the paragraph for other things. You have to name the paragraph for carbon release. Research. See here they told release of carbon, habitat destruction, overfishing. Here they've taken carbon release. Potential release of carbon dioxide in the ocean. What happens? Bottom trawling of fish, dredging for invertebrates such as scallops. Marine sediments would get disturbed. And a key reservoir for long the carbon released as heavy nets are dragged across. Entire thing is talking about carbon release. Last one line. Thus adding global warming. You cannot name it as global warming. Carbon release is the answer. Don't fall for a trap for this. But this was a tricky one I felt, but people have gone wrong for F as well. Any doubts? So these are the answers, by the way. So how to find important keywords? Read, Praful. That's all it is. Read, make mistakes, learn from the experience, read. So 30 by 30, this is a trap. Decline in fishing stock is a trap. Spring may we do wonders, 100% trap. Factor for global warming, trap. Anyone got 6 out of 6 here? Abhishek, Kaushik, ready for the exam? Great. Anyone else? 5 at least. Nikesh got 5. Jasjeet got 5. Budhika got 5. 4 at least. Sagar got 4. Neetu got 4. Anshal is there. Ashok is there. Femi is there. Syed is there. Kunal is there. Mohit, Smitesh, Amandeep. Still fine. Still fine. So consider this as a good experience, good learning. But don't forget to implement your experience, whatever you learned today, in the next set of marks or in the exam. Kenzie got 5 great. Amandeep 4. Mohit 4. Still fine. Any doubts you have, you let me know. The next reading mock, we will concentrate only on true or false, not given. Something of this which we have started recently. The previous one was the MCQ. Inside reading folder basics MCQ folder, you can see the mock. Today's one will go into reading basics, match reading. The next one will go into reading basics, true, false, not given. Apart from mock test, how many hours we should read for reading and listening? No, depends on you. Depends on you. I would say 1 hour of reading a novel will definitely help you, Praful. Thanks for me. Fine, guys. Any doubts you have, you can ask me. Otherwise, we'll park it here. Thanks much for your time and participation. I think Friday we'll do listening mock, Sunday writing, and Tuesday, Sunday writing, I'm going to come back, and Tuesday reading, I'm going to again come back with true, false, not given. Till then, take care. Have a good night's sleep. Bye bye. I will tell you, Anshul, in the WhatsApp.